Alright guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. This video is about the ultimate guide on how to beat Kuroki in the game of Sifu. This is the third boss in the game, but unlike the previous bosses, this boss is much more complex and much harder to beat from my experience, because she attacks you just so quick and the attacks are just so complex. The combos are just so long as well. So I think it would make a great video in terms of me showing you guys the way to avoid those attacks and to punish this boss in order to beat them. Yeah, so this ultimate guide is going to show you how to beat the boss at age 20, or even with the least amount of deaths. This is mostly because I'll show you guys the different combos that the boss does throughout the fight and how to avoid them, what you need to press in order to avoid them on the controller or on PC. I do play the game on PC, but I also know how it works on a controller because I've tried it with a controller as well. But yeah, also don't be frustrated if you guys can't beat this boss very quick. I've tried so many times before I was able to beat this boss at age 20. I was able to beat it without dying, but that took some time, like a lot of time. The good thing about this level is that you can literally practice against this boss. What I'd done was I would start the level, I'll just beat those two guys at the front of the atrium I think it was called, and then I'll just walk into the elevator and go up and just practice against this boss. I wouldn't go in there with the hope or with the goal of beating this boss, but rather I would just go in there and defend against the attacks in order for me to understand the way those combos work and the way I would defend against them. So you guys can always do that as well. You know, if you guys finish the level, just go back and, you know, just skip everything and go up on the elevator and just go in there and have a go with the boss. Just try to defend against the attacks. You'll just learn so much from that. Just don't go in there thinking that you're going to beat the boss straight away, because that's just going to lead to disappointment and you're just going to lose a lot of hope. But anyway guys, I'm going to start off with showing you guys the different attacks that this boss goes through, the different combos. So we're going to start off with the phase 1, which in my opinion is the hardest phase to beat. The first combo that this boss goes through is a low, a high, a low, and another high. So the way to defend against this is, when she goes for the low, you gotta push up on your joystick to jump over that low, and when she goes for a high, you gotta either swerve left or right. It doesn't really matter which direction, because either direction will get you to avoid that attack regardless. After that, she's gonna go for another low, so you gotta push back up again to jump over her weapon. Then when she goes for another high, you gotta push in either direction, either left or right, to avoid that attack as well. Once you do that, she'll stop, then you can punish right after that. Just like this guys, you press up, side, then you punish right after that. Here we go again. She goes low, up, side. Now I missed the first side right there and it hit me, but it wasn't that bad. So yeah, that's how you do that first combo guys. It's all about getting the timing right. You should be able to avoid them. Just make sure you hit up on your joystick or W on your keyboard, and then hit side, either side, then up and either side again, and you should be golden. Let's move on to the next one guys. Alright guys, for the next one, it's a bit of a combination of the previous one we discussed. This one includes a high, which shows right here, then a low, another low, then a high, and another low. After you defend all those attacks, then you can punish after that. Alright, here we go again. She's gonna go high, low, low, high, low. So I was a bit far away from her, that's why she couldn't catch me with the first two blows, but they are pretty devastating guys. So once you defend against those attacks, you can just go in there and punish this boss. This next one may seem a bit scary for a lot of people. She just comes at you like this. Now, looking at it may seem very, very scary, but it's actually pretty easy to defend against. I'll show you guys how. The only thing you need to do when you see her coming at you like this is to swerve left and right, left and right, left and right, very, very quickly. And that's just going to do the trick. So as you can see in this clip, it just goes left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Or you can even hit one direction only and you'll just avoid her. Once that's done, you can just punish right after. So with this attack, she attacks with 4 highs, with the last 2 being really, really fast. So you just have to get the timing very, very precise with this one. The only thing you'll have to do is avoid in either direction, either left or right. So the first 2 will be slower than the last 2. You just have to get the timing correctly. And once she tries to hit you from the top down, that's when it gets quick. So you got to get the timing very precise. And once you defend against the last attack, you can punish the boss right after that again. So those are the main combos that the boss goes through in phase 1. If you get the hang of those combos, you'll most likely be able to defeat the boss very easily, because she will have some of the combos combined together. You gotta bear in mind that when you actually fight her, instead of just practicing to defend yourself, she actually gets a bit more aggressive. So she's gonna start mixing those combos together in some instances. But once you get those combos down, you'll be able to actually defend against the combos that are combined, which plays a major role. So it is very important to understand the separate combos separately and practicing those by yourself and very slowly in order to get the full picture. So this will be for phase 1. Phase 2 is a lot more easy, but I'll go through the 3, I think there's 3 major combos that the boss goes through. I'll show you guys those and how to defend against them in order for you to beat this boss very easily as well. The first move here is where she just runs up to you and goes with all highs. This is pretty easy to defend, guys. Just swerve left and right as she attacks. Now, you have to bear in mind the first couple of attacks that she does are a bit slower than the 3 other attacks that come near the end. So you gotta go along with the timing of the attack, and that's key in defending against that. Otherwise, it's pretty simple and easy. This other combination includes 2. They are very, very similar here, guys. It is when she just jumps and throws knives at you, and then she just charges up to come at you very quickly. They're both very, very similar. That's why I've included both of them in the same clip. The main idea here is that you'll look for the light just before she charges up. I'll zoom into the light. Once you see that light, you're supposed to avoid straight away. Either swerve left or right, and you will avoid that attack. Once that's done, you punish. Right after that, you start punishing. And you should be golden, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this guide right here. This was supposed to help you guys to understand the different combos that this boss possesses in a fight. And I hope you guys understood the different combos that are involved. And trust me, the only way you can beat this boss easily without dying is to actually practice yourself. There's no point of watching YouTube videos all day long if you're not going to put it into practice. So just jump into that game, go into that elevator and actually practice against this boss. Try to understand the movements that I've told you guys about and implement the different techniques that you learned from this video. And also, I've got a playthrough of this game on my channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check that out. And also, subscribe to this channel if you guys enjoyed this content that you saw today, because that's just really going to give me a lot of motivation to make more videos. I hope you guys really enjoyed, and I hope this video really helped you. And if it did, hit that like button below so other people can see this video as well. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm DeLuca here, and I'm out. Peace.